Tuesday. Hey guys, welcome back. Tuesday's lesson, photosynthesis. Mr. Stacy's going to be teaching you. Make sure that you turn in your stuff, okay? Because that's how we know that you're working. All right, here's Mr. Stacy.
So, guys, you have 3 warm-up questions. You should be pausing at this moment or very soon. Some of you are not pausing. Still waiting. Okay. So, you should be on pause now. So, is Mr. Stacy abiotic or biotic? I am biotic. I am living or once living. At least hope so. Then you have number 2. Population and ecosystem cannot grow indefinitely. There are limiting factors in each ecosystem that keep a population within a certain size range. Which of the following is likely not is the key word, a limiting factor for a population of deer in a forest ecosystem? Last week, this was a question from the quiz. Good chunk of you, like 16% chose this, about 8% chose this answer, and then like 7% chose this. So about 3/4 of you got this question right. So good job. But you should know that it's the number of perching birds present, because it's not a limiting factor. You chose mountain lions present. That would be a limiting factor. So therefore, question A is right. Answer choice is A is right. Answer choice C is wrong. Then you have 3. Which of these is the primary source of energy in food webs? You have your answer choice of soil, producer, and consumer. The correct answer is sunlight, because without sunlight, these other things would not exist. So you have photosynthesis and respiration. All these lovely things. So the essential question today is, how do plants and animals get energy? Your vocabulary: photosynthesis, cellular respiration, chlorophyll, the mitochondria, and then your ATP, which is energy. Then you have this brain pop, cellular respiration. You can click this. In your Google Classroom, there should be a document where you can list 5 facts. You should be doing this right after you finish this video. If you need to pause right now, you can. You should be resuming now. So we have photosynthesis. Photosynthesis vocabulary. You have photosynthesis, a process by which plants convert sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into food, energy, sugar. Food energy is sugar. Then you have your oxygen. Then you have your chlorophyll. It's a green molecule in plants, which uses light energy from sunlight to change water and carbon dioxide gas into sugar and oxygen. Then you have your photosynthesis equation. You have 6 carbon molecules, then you have 2 oxygen. Actually, yeah. You have your oxygen. Then you have this is the carbon dioxide. Then you have your water, the 6 water molecules. These 2 are the reactants. They're what goes into the reaction. Then you have light. So you have your products. It's what comes out. What comes out is sugar. C6H12 and O6. Then you have your oxygen still. And each side of the equation has to be balanced. So however many oxygen molecules you have on this side, you got to have that over here. So over here you have 12 oxygen, 12 plus 6, so there's 18 over here. So you have to have 18 over there. So 6 times 2, that's 12. 6 times, there's a 1. You can't see that right there, but there is an invisible 1 right there. So that is 18. Then you have your 12 hydrogen. Then you have your 12 over here. Then you have your carbon. There's only 6 because there's none in the oxygen part. There's 6 over here. This equation is balanced. So, where does it happen? You have your outer membrane. You have your inner membrane, your thylakoid, and then your stroma. Chloroplasts are a part of all plant cells. They contain chlorophyll. This is where photosynthesis occurs. Remember, chloroplasts, are where photosynthesis occurs. The chlorophyll absorbs the sunlight. Chlorophyll is the green pigment inside the plant cells that makes leaves green. Without the chlorophyll, what would the color of the plants be? This is a rhetorical question. I'm not really certain of what color they would be. Then you have plants use the energy from the sunlight to change water and carbon dioxide into water. Then you have your carbon dioxide. Then you have glucose, that's your sugar, which is the plant's food and oxygen. Sugar plus O2, that's glucose. So what is next? How do plants and animals get energy from their food? Both plants and animals do something called cellular respiration to get energy from their food. Both plants and animals do this. There's a fun thing. Then you have your respiration vocabulary. So cellular respiration is the process by which the chemical energy of food molecules is released in cells. Then you have your mitochondria. It's the rod-shaped parts of a cell with a double membrane which converts the energy stored in glucose into ATP, the energy for the cell. So here's the equation for cellular respiration. You have your glucose, then you have your oxygen. So what are these called again? They're called your products. They're your reactants. Over here's your products. See? Even I got stumped for a second. So here's your reactants. Remember, if you don't have your reactants, then you're not going to have your products. And your products would be carbon dioxide, water, and energy. See? You have your reactants. There's your glucose and oxygen. Then you have your products, which are your carbon dioxide, water, and your ATP, which is your energy. So, where does this all happen? The mitochondria are present in both plant and animal cells. This is where cellular respiration occurs. See? The mitochondria is important. That's why some people call it the powerhouse of the cell, because it is important for both plants and animals. So the mitochondria changes the O2 and sugars. Your sugars are your food. Into CO2, H2O, and ATP. So, what is ATP? ATP, a form of cellular energy. Got to remember that, folks. So, comparing equations, you have your photosynthesis equation. You have H2O, CO2, light energy. As the reactants, then your products are O2 and then glucose. Then respiration equation. Look at this. You got O2 and glucose. Look at this equation. Look at the respiration equation. Then look at your photosynthesis equation. Your respiration equation has glucose and oxygen as the reactants, but in the photosynthesis equation, it is your products. And the same goes for the products H2O, CO2, and ATP energy for respiration. They're opposites. The equation, your products for one of the equations is going to be your reactants for the other. The cellular respiration is kind of like photosynthesis, but backwards. Spooky! I didn't do that. The two processes are opposites and make a cycle. So, in order for one to occur, the other has to occur. So animals and plants rely on each other. Animals use sugar from producers and plants, oxygen from producers and plants. Plants use carbon dioxide from animals. As you remember from last week, I told you about what do we breathe out. We breathe out carbon dioxide. The plant takes it in order to make oxygen for us. So we both need each other. Then you have the exit ticket time. And then you have your mini project. Just make a Venn diagram comparing photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Here's some things you may want to include. Ooh, was not meant to do that. So you have, where do these processes happen? What are the reactants/products? What is the purpose of the process? And that is the end of your PowerPoint. There are additional resources if you need them on Google Classroom.
Now, just make sure that you understand that when plants do their process, it gives us the stuff that we need to do our process. And when we do our process, it gives back to the plants the stuff that they need, all right? So it's like a cycle. Now, make sure you turn the stuff in. Now, we did this video on Monday morning. I know it's for Tuesday, but we did it for Monday morning. So I haven't seen any questions pop up. We're going to do a couple other videos today. We're still waiting on some questions once you turn it in. And then make us work. Make us to go to Uncle Google. Make sure you turn your stuff in so we can give you a grade. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or tell us that we just look really good on camera, we should do this for a living, send us a comment down below. All right, have a good Tuesday.